Happy Christmas Day, Orla!
It's not Christmas Day.
Oh, morning, y'all. It's the 1st of December. And happy Christmas to you all, even though it's not Christmas Day, apparently. Ho, ho, ho. So, Tiger is back. Today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about Tiger, subject to who I can get hold of. Let's see what happens. Obviously, it's only day one. Good first round. Couple of questions though. Today's question reference Tiger. Thanks for all your answers on yesterday's question. Obviously, very mixed what you want for Christmas. Few questions for Tiger. How much does this class as a return? Obviously, because the event only has 18 players in it, which is also got 2 invites, one being him. And can someone explain to me why this event has world ranking points? Because I simply don't understand how this event carries world ranking points. Not to take away the fact that he shot 2 or 3 under, I can't remember now, and looks good. And obviously he's up there amongst those great players, because obviously the field does include the top kind of X in the world rankings or whatever. Come on, Tiger, let's have you back. Right, so today's video is going to be about roll and bulge. I get this question quite a lot on club faces. Why are they not flat? Why are they curved? So we're going to talk today, the whole day, about why we see this curvature this way, and also we're seeing curvature this way. Why is it on certain clubs and not on others? That's today's vlog. So if you already know that as well, you can pause the video right now and post a comment down below. Let me know what you think it does. Try not to watch it and do it, because obviously I don't care if you watched it and I've told you and then you post it. That's just like boring, isn't it? Let us know. Roll and bulge. What's it doing for you peoples? Right, we've got a fun giveaway in today's vlog, but before all this begins, this is going to happen.
Ryan Little.
That was all a little bit crazy. Roll and bulge. Now, I never know which way they go round, so I'm actually going to look it up. Right, so it's actually roll and bulge is this way, roll is this way. So let's deal with heel and toe, so this way to start. So that is bulge. I'm going to draw you a little picture. So why is that club not straight? So I'm going to draw a club face here. Oh, let's do that again. And here is my club head handle here. We are hitting the ball this way. So at the moment on this drawing we are looking straight down at the club. I'm going to put a centre of gravity on that club as well and draw a line up to the centre of the face, if you like. So forget club paths and face to paths and angle of attacks, because that will affect the centre of gravity, but that's another video. Right, if I hit a ball out of this side, which is going to be called the toe, so this is the toe side, what happens is this ball is going to try and track, kind of gear, move in as I strike it there on this side. So as the face twists and the ball wants to move on that face, it's going to kind of gear against itself. It's going to try and move that ball in towards that centre, creating spin axis curvature to the left as a right-handed golfer. So this shot will make the ball curve more left, all being equal. Vice versa on the heel side. If you hit it there, so you're the heel side now of this centre of gravity, what happens is this ball's going to gear on the face. It's going to curve this way, if you like. It's actually tilting the spin axis to the right, and that's going to make the ball curve to the right, all being equal. So obviously if you have a straight face club, if I draw one back here, if we have a straight face club back here and you hit this heel shot, so centre of gravity came here, or this toe shot, it's going to start in a direction and curve offline, and then this one's going to start pretty straight and then curve offline. So what it's doing, that bulge, is it's going to try and start the ball more up the right of where you want your centre line to be on that face, to allow for that curvature, and vice versa on the heel side, it's going to start the ball more up the left side to allow for that curvature. So the bulge on this case is there to try and help you when you're miss-hitting it. So it's a vital part of club design. Well, I get a lot of comments asking why is it not flat. That is the reason. The makers of the club and obviously the R&A are agreeing that a little bit of help in the way that club is designed is only a good thing. It's your friend. Coach! Tiger's back! Woohoo! One happy coach.
He's back.
He's back. So I have a couple of questions for you that I've posed to people, and I'm going to pose it to you. So obviously you're calling it a good return. You're happy. It made you happy to see that he's got game and he's back.
Yeah, he's competitive, isn't he? But obviously it's not that, I wouldn't say it's that hard a course. It was a bit windy yesterday, but quite wide open fairways and stuff. But
only 18 players, so if you had a full field, obviously this is only a guess, but if you had a full field of players, how far down would he have been bumped? How many more 2s, 4s, 3s, 6s, unders would you have had?
I reckon he's top, well, still top 20, I reckon.
Cool, do you? Really?
Yeah, like leader 6, so...
What was he, 2 under?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's a push, but you might be right. Your numbers are normally pretty good. I would guess top 40.
Yeah, maybe in between, top 30.
Yeah, like I'm doing realistic guessing. You're doing like best guessing.
No, but there's not...
Matt, I reckon your driver's fine. It doesn't go that far, right, mate? I think it's one of your better clubs. Are we talking like that?
It went straight in the simulator today, so I fixed it.
And then one last point then, which I'm asking the audience as well. Why on earth are there world ranking points in this event? Can you answer that? I don't get it.
Well, seriously, a serious answer, no, I can't answer that. But the not so serious reason.
Right. Next one, before we get into the boxes, is the one going from top to bottom. So again, if I draw a club face here, centre of gravity, let's just put that up through the middle of the clubbish. So we've got the handle coming out this way, so we're now hitting the ball this way. We're looking kind of this way on now. So what happens, same as on the toe and the heel, if I hit it out the bottom part of the club, it's going to gear. So again, the gear effect as it strikes the face off that centre of gravity, up the face, adding more backspin. Adding more backspin can make the ball go higher. So they're trying to launch the ball lower, knowing it's going to spin up in the air. And then the higher launching, or sorry, the higher hitting shot here, again, that's going to take spin off. It's going to reduce spin when you strike the ball at the top. So what they want it to do is that tends to fall out of the air, so they're going to launch it higher, knowing it's going to get that rainbow flight. We have an idea of getting it to kind of marry out with all the strikes. So centre hit going straight up, top hit launching higher but not going to kind of spin up in the air because the spin's off, and then the bottom one launching that bit lower and then spinning up in the air. They're trying to even out your miss hits. So both ways, the roll and the bulge is there to help. It's there to assist you hit better shots when you're hitting it all over the face. What we do need to talk about still yet today, how much does it help, and is this controlled as well? Right, the next question is it controlled? Now, I've tried to look this up, and to be honest with you, I can't find much information on actually what the controls are without doing a lot of reading, and I haven't got time for that on these days because obviously I have to build seats. It will be controlled because every aspect of your club and all your equipment has a level of control, and the main thing to think about when it comes to controlling equipment is that to bring a club to market, you've got to get it approved by the authorities. So if you were to design some club that in some ways did really help golfers by manipulating using roll and bulge in a different way, then they wouldn't let it come to market. They wouldn't give it the approval. It's everything you're playing, everything you're touching from your tees, everything is monitored and looked and checked. And this is always the main point that I always try and come back to in reviews and everything else, is that the main mission statement the R&A presented to me at a talk is that all they want to do is keep the skill of the game in your hands. Now obviously that doesn't stop them having control over what marketing is used, because that's a very different question, and that's where I think lots of people get tripped up. But when it comes to the rolling bulge, I would guess it is controlled. I'd imagine as the heads have got bigger over the years, the amount of rolling bulge would have to have changed from when they were smaller, as a guess, to deal with the fact that the CG is getting further back and how much gearing you might be getting on clubs reduced or not, subject to the design aspects of it. And I would imagine the rolling bulge would move accordingly, because the other clubs that feature rolling bulge will be your fairway wood and your hybrids. It's your irons that don't have it, because the irons, the CG is not getting far enough off the face for it to make such a big difference. You aren't going to get the gearing effect that you get when you go and whack the CG much further off the face. If it's controlled, I'm going to say yes. I will try and get back to you with some information. I've got some emails sent out to some people who design, the club designers. They're all in the States, so they'll get back to me at some point, just to see if I can get kind of a definitive answer on it. Raymondo's is in the house, everybody!
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, good. It's a Friday. Have you had a liquid lunch, my friend?
I might have done, maybe.
Well, it is Friday, good sir. Be rude not to. Be rude not to.
Exactly.
So, Tiger then. I've got some questions that I'm posing to people about Tiger.
Fire away.
How do you think he did? First day?
I didn't get to watch, but I did see the highlights.
Yeah.
I reckon 300's a decent score.
Yeah.
And from what I saw, the only sign of weakness was... Oh, my voice went.
Yeah, it did.
Was perhaps a couple of chips, which was similar to maybe a couple of his other comebacks.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Okay, good.
Driving was a big plus point by the looks of things.
Yeah, any gauge of how wide that place was and what hazards were there if you did miss? I think that plays a role, but not to say it wasn't. Next question. If the field was a normal size... he'd be top what?
What was he at the moment? Tied 8th?
Yeah, something like that.
He'd be knocking on the door of top third, but certainly in the top half, I guess, around that level.
Yeah, I guess Matt said top 10 or top 20 because he's just deluded. He literally didn't want to show the tiger tattoo he just had last night.
Well, Matt is hard for some people.
I said top 30, possibly.
Yeah, I think that's like, he'd be, like I said, he'd be knocking on the door of top third, which I guess would be about top 30.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, I think he'd be comfortably inside whatever cut line there might be after one round, let's say. But
yeah. Also, can anyone explain to me why there are world ranking points for this event?
No, we had this chat, didn't we, in Spain, and I couldn't explain it to you. I basically said that if they're there for taking, then take them, but I can't explain why an 18-man field hosted by a player would have them. No, I can't.
With 2 invites, it's actually a 16-man field, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go. So no, I can't explain that, but if they were there for me and I was able to take them, then yeah, I'd be grabbing them with both hands, especially in his situation.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be blaming any players. More as in, that just feels wrong in my mind. Yeah. It doesn't feel quite right. Cool. Thank you for that, Ray. I think that's all the questions. I got one other question.
Go.
Tommy Fleetwood, he ain't playing, is he? But no one's talking Tommy Fleetwood. It's like...
No, but they never would. It doesn't matter. Like, the only person who could lead that tournament and get talked about more is if Jack Nicklaus took his clubs out of the closet and came back for a knock.
Yeah, it kind of... Like, either that or you pegged up saying you weren't off 7 anymore, you got your tour card. I think then the world would really watch.
Well, I did do a good round at East Sussex and Aston the other day, but I've not posted about it, but...
Oh, don't like to talk about it.
It's like a brag.
Thank you very much, Raymondo.
Have a great weekend.
And you, bro. So last point, we've got the giveaway still to go as well, so just bear with, I'm going to show you what you can do for that. The last point is how much does it actually help? Now, it helps a little, and the biggest thing I've noticed going through the years of thinking about roll and bulge and what it does help or not, it's good players noticing it helping them. So you'll see shots where coach or anyone hits and one hand comes off, and I see comments saying, why does he take his hands off the club? Surely it would be better if he like posed at the finish, but made his finish. That's because they can feel, or we can feel, that we've hit it in the wrong place of the club. We're going to know that ball's going to curve, and you look up and you see it start down the right, you feel it was off the toe, and you think, oh cool, the gear's saving me there, and you walk down on the fairway and you feel like the gear has helped you. Where I've played with amateurs who hit shots, and Rory does it a bit sometimes, he kind of feels it and sometimes doesn't, hits it out the neck, cuts back into the middle, he thinks it's a good shot, but it's actually the strike that saved him. So literally that roll and bulge and the bit of gearing is there, and it's helping players. Often those amateurs, I think, don't realise it's helped them, they just work it in as a good shot. And I've done tests with students who are asking where they hit the ball in the face and they haven't got a clue and can't always feel it, so they've got no idea that that's helping them. So I think it helps everyone pretty evenly, but good players notice it more when it's helping them. And the other thing that's always going to win, D-play is going to win. Roll and bulge isn't going to make D-playing any easier. So as you take loft off the club, the roll and bulge obviously is there more, but it's only happening that little bit. Your face to path control is still king. Strike is still going to override everything as well. So what I mean by that, this is why I say it's hard to test strike, even though I see people doing it, and it gives such poor information, I think, sometimes. Because when I've tried to do this video with data, hit balls out the toe, hit balls out the heel, try and hit enough shots to get identical deliveries, when I know I'm going to hit the ball there, sometimes it doesn't do what the gear, everything I've explained today, it doesn't do that. I hit it out the heel and it starts left and draws, and I hit it out the toe and it starts right and cuts. It's almost impossible for me to make it happen on purpose, and it often happens more when I don't know it's going to happen. So on a golf course, obviously trying to hit a good shot, bang, hit it, and I feel I've mishit it, so it comes as a surprise, and then the gear takes its effect. When I know I'm going to do it prior, it skews the data. I've tried it on so many occasions and can't actually get consistent data when I'm trying to illustrate this point, which I think is interesting, which is one of the many reasons why I say testing for mishits, human mishit testing, is almost just ridiculous. Giveaway time before I take those screaming kids out for tea, because it's just me and them tonight, so we're going out for Friday tea. Mr. Weisberger gave us some stuff to give away, which is really nice of him this week when we're down in the south of France. So he's giving us this Titleist 718 818 bag tag with, I don't know if you can see that, his name on the back. Pretty cool. So basically he was given these by Titleist. He's also giving you, or whoever wins in this nice box, 718 818 ball marker. Hopefully you're getting that. Really nice. I'd probably keep it on my shelves personally, but obviously you could use that if it's something that likes your lemon. And also the lovely people down at Golf Up, so the resort that you'll see when I play Mr. Weisberger in our match. This is a fully synthetic golf course, par 3 course plus practice area down in South France because of water restrictions, and it makes it more affordable for people in a very expensive area called Golf Up. They've given us this head cover, so you could win all these 3 things. Pretty cool swag. If you want to win them, you need to be a subscriber of this channel. Hit the subscribe button down there, one of my subscribers. Even if you've been subscribed for 10 years, you've got equal chance of winning this as if you subscribe now. So if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. You could win tailored swag, cool swag. See you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. I need to go and eat some food.